We welcome to the show the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. He's Jason Smith. Congressman, it's great to have you on, sir. Okay, let's go through it. Ivy League schools, they charge $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. They don't have to pay income taxes, sales taxes, property taxes. Are you going to probe the tax-free status of these universities over their pro-Hamas, anti-Israel rallies?
Liz, it's great to be with you. What these institutions of higher education are allowing at their campuses is absolutely horrendous. And the fact that they are tax exempt in numerous ways, we need to make sure that the Ways and Means Committee, the committee that has sole jurisdiction over tax policy, we call them in, we look into it, because it is unacceptable that tax-funded universities are allowing student organizations supporting terrorists. That is un-American and it's unacceptable.
Will you be holding hearings on this? Are you going to call these college presidents in for hearings?
We're going to be doing a lot on it, Liz. I think we need to look at their tax status of their huge billion-dollar endowments. We're going to be doing numerous things, but let me tell you, we're going to make sure that these universities actually are held accountable for what they are doing.
You know, a lot of critics have said these universities should have already been hit with racketeering lawsuits for in lockstep raising tuition, slamming middle-class families with tuition gouging for things like college bling, like five-star cafeterias, white elephant football stadiums. It's basically the real estate hotel model. So they're gouging middle-class families, and they have an entrenched anti-American, anti-Israel now movement, but like a wave moving through it.
Liz, they should be focused on delivering high-class quality education to Americans. But unfortunately, they're more focused on pushing woke liberal ideas across this country and ingraining them into the future generations, which is completely unacceptable. Train them to have bright futures, great careers with low debt.
So we've got this. We have anti-Israel student groups accusing NYU of being complicit in the abuses of the Israeli government, condemning the broader NYU administration because one of their students didn't get a job offer from a law firm. That law firm dropped that job offer. So this is what's happening. Is this proof the college system has gone nuts, that it's not about the truth anymore? It's about their juvenile identity politics?
You know, as what you saw with the Cornell professor, it is absolutely unacceptable what these universities have been doing, and they need to be held accountable for it. It's gone on for way too long. But what we just witnessed in the last week is the worst massacre of the Jewish people since the Holocaust. And it was done by terrorists. And you have these public universities not disavowing this activity, in fact, supporting these protests. It's absolutely un-American.
So here's the thing. Are you going to put forward legislation that says we will reduce, you're going to make universities, because we've seen data. The university system and nonprofit sector, it's easily $10 trillion in assets, whereas the middle-class family has to pay taxes. Americans have to pay taxes. They do not. And they're doing things like this. Will you put forward legislation that says we're going to remove parts of your tax-exempt status because you've been abusing your position for years?
I'm definitely not going to put the cart before the horse yet right now, Liz, but we are going to look at different tools that we can address their misgivings. In fact, in 2017, there was a tax created on these billion-dollar endowments. Maybe we need to revisit that. Maybe it wasn't enough.
So tax the endowments, is that the idea? I think their tax rate is something like 1.5%, or maybe it's a capital gains rate. That's very low. So raise it, hit them with the higher tax on their endowments, because they're running basically the size of hedge funds, these large endowments, and they're tuition gouging still.
Liz, these universities need to wake up, and they need to know that myself, the Ways and Means Committee, is not putting up of their of their actions of condoning terrorists. And we are going to use every tool that we can to make sure that it's addressed.
You know, it's immature and it's like, aggressive juvenilia, where the truth and words are turned upside down in these universities to justify identity politics. And now these students who back terrorists claim their schools are not a safe space for them anymore just because people don't want to hire them. They don't want to hire terrorist sympathizers. If you're a lawyer, you're going to be a terrorist sympathizer too? I mean, the victimizers, again, the victims, because it's all about their victimhood. Your final word.
You know, Liz, we can do so much better. We are Americans. Our greatest ally is struggling right now because terrorists attacked and killed over 1,000, including over 30 Americans. We can't allow this to be okay at our public universities in our country.
Chairman Smith, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's good to see you.